July 16, 1945, 5:29 a.m. The New Mexico desert. There was nothing. Sand, scrub, darkness. Scientists sat in a bunker wearing welding goggles. 48 kilometers away, another group held their breath at an observation post. The countdown ended, and the world changed. The flash came first, brighter than the sun, even through goggles. It hurt. Then, heat. You could feel it 16 kilometers away. The sound came later. 40 seconds later, the shockwave rattled the bunker. A mushroom cloud rose 12 kilometers into the sky. Trinity. The first nuclear explosion in human history. Inside the bunker, scientists cheered. They hugged each other. It worked. 3 years of secret work. 125,000 people on the Manhattan Project. It was done. One man was silent. J. Robert Oppenheimer, director of the project. A 41-year-old physicist. He said nothing. Later, recalling that moment, he said, a line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita, came to mind. Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds. Why those words at that moment? To understand Oppenheimer, you need to know who he was. Born in 1904 in New York City, a Jewish immigrant family. His father was a textile importer. Wealthy, a prodigy from childhood. At 12, he was invited to lecture at the New York Mineralogical Club. They didn't know the speaker was a child. He finished Harvard in 3 years, studied at Cambridge and Göttingen, one of the early pioneers of quantum mechanics. But Oppenheimer had something other physicists didn't. He taught himself Sanskrit. He read the Bhagavad Gita in the original, Hindu philosophy, French poetry, Dutch history. A philosopher's soul inside a physicist's body. So, when Trinity succeeded, while other scientists celebrated a technical victory, Oppenheimer hit a philosophical wall. What have I built? Imagine spending 3 years working day and night on a project. It succeeds. Then you watch the proof that your success can kill hundreds of thousands of people. 3 weeks later, Hiroshima. 80,000 dead instantly. 3 days after that, Nagasaki. 40,000 dead instantly. Tens of thousands more from radiation. Japan surrendered. The war ended. Oppenheimer became a hero. Time magazine cover. A handshake from the president, but he was already breaking. October 1945. Oppenheimer met President Truman. He said, "Mr. President, I feel I have blood on my hands." Truman was furious. After the meeting, he told an aide, "Don't ever bring that crybaby in here again." Here's where the story turns. The war ended. A new race began. The Soviet Union tested its own bomb in 1949. The American military and politicians wanted something stronger. The hydrogen bomb, hundreds of times more powerful than the atomic bomb. Oppenheimer opposed it. Strongly. He argued, the hydrogen bomb wasn't a military weapon. It was a weapon of genocide. This is not a weapon for war. This is a weapon for the extermination of humanity. He was ignored. Edward Teller led the hydrogen bomb development. In 1952, the first hydrogen bomb test succeeded. 700 times the power of Hiroshima. Then, Oppenheimer paid the price. 1954, the McCarthy era. He was called before a security hearing. The stated reason was past associations with Communist Party members. The real reason was his opposition to the hydrogen bomb. His crime was refusing to build a weapon more powerful than the one he already built. The hearing lasted 4 weeks. Oppenheimer's phone calls had been wiretapped. Past romantic relationships, friendships, private conversations, all entered as evidence. Most scientists who knew him testified in his defense, but teller testified against him. The verdict: security clearance revoked. Oppenheimer was shut out of all government projects. The father of nuclear physics could no longer access nuclear secrets. After that, Oppenheimer was quiet. He lived as a scholar at the Institute for Advanced Study in Princeton, a chain smoker, more than 5 packs a day, throat cancer diagnosed in 1965. He died on February 18th, 1967. He was 62. In one of his last interviews, a reporter asked, "Do you regret building the bomb?" Oppenheimer was silent for a long time. Then he said, "The physicists have known sin, and this is a knowledge which they cannot lose." They asked about regret. He answered with sin. Why? Here's the tragedy of Oppenheimer. He was smart enough to build the most destructive thing on Earth, and deep enough to understand just how destructive it was. Most people can only do one of those things. You can build it, but not understand it. Or understand it, but not build it. Oppenheimer could do both. That's what broke him. I am become death. It wasn't a boast. It was a confession. A man with the power to change the world, crushed by that power. How much of that weight can we truly understand? If you built something that could change the world, and then realized it could also destroy it, what would you do? Next time, another physicist, a man who spent his whole life trying to understand the universe. Einstein. But his last words were lost forever, because the person beside him didn't speak his language.